to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Live in a tourist destination spot, a lot of kayaking, hiking, all that stuff goes on here, cycling. So, canned wine. I've been resisting canned wine for a long time, probably too long. And it became evident that I had to get serious about it last year when several younger people came to me and said, "Hey, do you have any canned wine?" I didn't have any canned wine available for them. It made me feel bad. I said, "Stan," and I'm not a wine snob, but I've had canned wine in the past and it just didn't do it for me. Well, now they have new liners in the cans, so the can actually doesn't affect the taste of the wine as much. And I just said, forget it, Stan. Yeah, I prefer wine in a bottle myself, personally. I don't care if it has a cork or a screw cap, that's just the way I like it. But more and more of these companies are coming out with canned wines. They see this is a trend, and I have to keep up with the trend. So what I'm doing here, basically, is two things. I'm helping you see if these wines are worth it, and I'm helping me decide which canned wines I want to bring into the store. At this time I have a canned Pinot Gris and a canned Rosé in the cooler. I found a couple I liked. I didn't review them on YouTube, but I did like them, so they're in the store. So we're going to go through some more. Interesting, we got a little bit of Randall Graham action. Bonnie Doon does a canned wine, a fizzy pink. Then we're going to do Cycles Gladiator and Underwood Pinot Noir. These are both Pinots, so we'll see how they do. Let's get started right off the bat. I don't know how you guys feel about canned wine. Maybe you can make a comment. I'm going to do it in a cup because I think, if you're drinking canned wine, either you're going to drink it straight out of the can or you're going to have a plastic cup, you're on a kayak, you're camping, whatever you're doing, you'll probably have a couple plastic cups around to pour the wine into, or you drink it straight out of the can. I could do both, but I prefer to go cup, which is what I do. So let's go. So this is the La Bourre Mousse de Cigar 2017 Fizzy Pink of the Earth. And this is Randall Graham Bonnie Doon. It is 57% Grenache, 18% Grenache Blanc, 9% Mourvèdre, 6% Roussanne, 5% Carignan, 5% Cinsault. I'm not going to add those up. I hope I read them correctly. It looks like I did. Okay, so here you go. $11 is what I saw in Wine Searcher. I didn't write it down. Amy, I'm sorry, but if I got that wrong, it's around 11 bucks, which, is kind of high for canned wine. It's okay. We'll see how it turns out. What do we get on the nose? Now, if you're drinking out of a cup, are you going to take the time to actually smell it? Well, I hope so. If you're a wine drinker, I hope you just take a little bit of time. You don't have to take a lot. Just a little bit of time to smell it. So right off the bat, I get strawberries and cherries. And a little bit of melon, like watermelon, coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. I'm going to say right off the bat, this is damn good rosé out of a can. I like it immediately. As soon as it went into my mouth, I knew it was good. Strawberry notes come through. Watermelon comes through barely on the backside. Not a lot of fizz on this, but maybe you don't want a lot of fizz. I get a little bit of cherry action coming through, so kind of a strawberry, watermelon, cherry, potpourri sort of in the mouth thing. Actually decent finish. There's nothing like fake about this. There's nothing chemically, if that's a word, chemically. Solid wine. A little bit of earthiness coming through too. I get a little like a earthy mushroom component on the backside. Solid wine. Solid wine from Randall Graham. Not sure if I like the price, but I could be wrong about that pricing. But I looked it up on Wine Searcher, and both of the The two companies that you could get it from said $11. So we're going to stick with that. You might be able to get it for less. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's around 10 bucks. That would be okay. Good wine though. I'm going to go solid B minus B on that. Yeah, solid wine. Like it a lot. Let's move on. Okay, give it a little rinse. Now you might use smaller cups in this. I kind of looked around my house to see if I had cups. I always keep a few plastic cups around. Interesting color on this. So this is the, ooh, a little mess on the table here. Underwood Pinot Noir, Oregon grown, 13% alcohol in the front, 3.75, yes and yes, and this is $6. I don't know what that means. Hashtag pinkies down. There you go. All right. Union Wine Company. It says Union. Anyway, Underwood Pinot Noir from the Union Wine Company. About $6. And I'm actually looking for reds. I have the Pinot Gris and the Rosé. Might bring old Randall's Rosé in. Pretty solid Rosé in a can. Let's see what we get on the nose. Definitely almost a cherry raspberry component coming through. A little bit of earthiness, which I like. Yeah, cherries, raspberries, a little bit of earth. Let's see what we get on the palate. Yeah, I'm going to say not too bad. Not super complex, but I do get a lot of cherry, almost like cherries you pulled off the dirt. You know, they were laying in the dirt, you pulled them up, you didn't wash them off, and you ate them. Get a little bit of that. Not just the essence of dirt. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't taste dirty. A little bit of root beer coming through, which I find very intriguing, which is very common with Oregon Pinot Noir, to get a little bit of that sarsaparilla, that root beer flavor coming through. A little earthiness on the back end. Decent finish, not bad. A little strawberry, cherry, nice flow across the palate. Like I said, nothing complex, but pretty good for $6. A Pinot Noir for $6. Getting some echo in here today. Not sure why. Anyway, Pinot Noir for $6. Solid, good, seamless, nothing, no flaws in it that I see. I'm gonna go straight up B minus with that. I think it's pretty good. Let's move on. Not bad. Now we go to Cycles Gladiator. Wasn't that, what are they, vintage? I didn't see any vintage on here. There has to be vintage. There doesn't have to be a vintage. Oh, at least it's not on here. It's okay. This is the, I'm going to give it a little rinse here. So once again, I would like to comment how you feel about canned wines. I know if you're going on a trip, going on a camping trip, do you prefer to bring a bottle or would you go to canned wines? How do you feel about the quality of these canned wines? This is the California Pinot Noir, Cycles Gladiator California Pinot Noir. Little thing about Cycles Gladiator. Well, let me show you the label, then I'll give you the story, okay? So they have bottles of this, of course. So here's a label, you know, I don't think it's bad, I think it's a cool label. Naked lady on a bicycle. Okay, there you go. Well, they wanted to sell it down in the Bible Belt, down in the South, and they couldn't have this label on it and sell it down there, so they just shrunk the picture so you could barely see the naked girl on the bicycle. Well, then something changed, I don't know what happened, but they just said, you know, screw it, we're going to go with the big picture again. I'm glad they did, because it's a classic label. This is their Pinot Noir, runs around $6. Pinot Noir runs around $6. Let's see what we get on the nose. So, not as expressive as the Underwood. Yeah, actually very muted. Just slight kind of strawberry cherry notes. Let's see what we get on the palate. This is interesting. This is a little sweeter than the Underwood. It has like sweet cherry notes to it. In fact, it almost feels a little sugar-fied to me. Just sweet cherries, a little bit of strawberry, just a hair of root beer coming through. Again, not super complex. This is sweeter by far than the Underwood. And I don't get any earth notes on it. A little more high-toned than the Underwood. But this can, this is one of those Pinots where you could say, for somebody who's just starting to get into Pinot Noir, that wants a little bit more fruit, this would be a good one. But not my preference. It's a little too sweet for me. But that being said, I understand why some people might think this is a good wine. You could drink this straight out of the can. Yeah. Kind of like drinking a root beer, a cherry strawberry root beer. Yeah, it's not my kind, but I do see value in this, in that a lot of people might like it. A lot of people. There's a group of people. Let's put it this way. There's a group of people that would like that wine. Fruit forward, simple, delicious, for sure. I'm going to go C, not C+, just straight up C. It's an average Pinot Noir. It's your average California Pinot Noir. Has a little California sunshine on it, not complex at all, but it's good enough for a lot of people. They would enjoy it on a camping trip, on a kayak, on a bicycle, whatever it is. There you go. Canned wines. How do you feel about them? I found at least a couple here that I would put in my set at the store. Just saying. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend. Oh, before I finish, subscribe to my channel, please. If you've been watching any of these, just hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter at StanTheWineMan, Instagram, StanTheWineMan. I appreciate it. Love communicating with you guys. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.